In today's video, guys, me and Stan are taking on 3 ladies pairs. Some intermediate players and then the top ranked ladies in the UK. Let's see how me and Stan get on. So 3 fun matches today as we play with and against different female players. We start our journey at Paddy in Canary Wharf, so let's meet Holly and Cecilia.
My name's Holly and I've been playing paddle for a year and 3 months.
What is your weakest shot? So me and Stan know what to target in the game.
It will be my overheads, the Vibra, the Van Decker.
My name is Cecilia and I've played paddle for just about 2 years. My biggest trick is I'm not very attacking, so anything above the head.
Yeah. Holly's did the same, so lots of lobs today.
Right, yeah.
To target that. So let's get started. I play with Cecilia against Stan and Holly, and the goal here is to give these ladies good experience of a higher level game, help them learn about tactics, give them pointers, but also to deliver a really enjoyable match play session. You'll probably notice as well that me and Stan will have some mad intense cross-court battle before we remind ourselves of the coaching match play and play a little nicer to Holly and Cecilia. First point, me and Stan throughout the day are technically having our own battle as well of who can win the most games. So one of Holly's biggest strengths was her forehand volley. I can tell she's drilled it a lot and her technique is decent. So she had a lot of success with that throughout the game, especially down that middle channel, which is a really great place to aim. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, by the way, if you haven't already, as only a small percentage of you right now watching are actually subscribed. It's free and it takes just 1 second. And like Cecilia said, she was clearly stronger and more confident in defense. She played a lot of lobs, she was fast around the court, picking up Stan's drop shot there. She did surprise me with a lot of stuff she was getting back. Stan was really testing her and she was so close at times to returning some super tough balls. So we would give the odd tip throughout the match, not too much as it can be overwhelming and hurt the player's confidence, and I would constantly be communicating with my partner Cecilia to tell her where Stan and Holly were, where we should go, should we stay back, stay sides, etc. And Stan with a smash here, but I can get there, and Cecilia and I take the set. We decided to give them a couple tips of what we thought they could do a bit better. I thought you both played really well. I thought you played it spot on in terms of just being consistent. The next step for you, obviously, is to be more aggressive on the forehand volleys. At the moment, it's kind of just a bit flat or a little bit with top spin. Ideally, you want to get that slice. On your overheads, I know you said that was a bit of a weakness. One thing I noticed throughout, I think a lot of them you go like a fraction early, and I don't know if that's because you're like really want to get it quickly because it's like kind of uncomfortable shot. Just wait a little bit longer, letting it drop as well, and then you're going to come through that shape, that same shape you do on your forehand volley. So now we played against the 2 ladies, and I think this gives them a chance to show themselves a little bit more. They can play their shots, they can dominate the game a bit more, and Holly starts this point off brilliantly with some good attacking volleys. She could prepare a bit higher and brush down on the ball more, and that's why it's a little bit easier for us to defend. I thought the ladies did really well when they played against us. They were doing the right things. I think Cecilia just needs to take that next step of being more attacking and learn those volleys, and Holly needs to tighten up a bit consistency-wise. And then the lights turned off here, which I think is Paddy's passive-aggressive way of saying, get off the court now. So we finished where we were. Well done to Holly and Cecilia. After our first match success, we headed to Rocket Padel Ilford to meet another 2 intermediate ladies, Olivia and Raya, both desperate to improve their paddle.
Hi, my name's Olivia and I've been playing paddle since August 2024.
Hi, my name's Ryan. I've been playing paddle for around 6 or 7 months.
Is there a shot right now that you can't do that you really want to try and get down and perfect?
So I can do a bandeja like in practice, and it's really good. But when it comes to a match, it's just always back wall, like never in the court.
What is your favourite shot?
Probably volley down the middle.
Do you have a favourite like paddle shop that you go to?
Everything paddle.
So let's get started with Rhea and Olivia. I went with Olivia and Stan with Rhea to start off with. And I know these ladies really want to improve their game. They have not been playing for too long, but have improved massively in a short space of time. They are always trying to apply new knowledge that they have learned. So excellent players to have a fun match play with. We were trying throughout to give Rhea lots of overhead so she could practice her bandeja, and same with Olivia to give her lots of forehand volleys, as that's something I know that she can play really, really well. So I think a problem that Olivia had was confidence. I could feel her being a bit tight and tentative on the volley, and we've all been in that situation. Like a lot of the volleys, she was sort of half hitting it rather than fully committing to the shot. It's a tough feeling to get out, something that I get in tournaments. I've improved with it recently, and I go with the mindset that it's better to miss, but at least hit your shot properly, than to get it in and kind of half hit the ball. So in myself and Stan's mini competition throughout the day, I was 1-0 up, but I was not playing too sharp in this one. Stan was playing really well, crossed to me very fast, very intense. So me and Olivia went down in this set early on. You could tell I was getting desperate, as on a golden point I go for the drop shot winner against Rhea. In this point I really liked Rhea's aggression, but the bandeja could be even better if she lets it drop a little bit more. We talk about this a bit later on, however she did get the point and this put them far ahead in the set. So despite our best efforts, me and Olivia lost to Stan and Rhea. So now it was time for me and Stan to take on Olivia and Rhea and play against them. And my goal here again was to try and increase their confidence and give them as many balls to Olivia's volley and Rhea's overhead. And after that bit of confidence, you can instantly see how much it helps them to play better. Olivia with some lovely play here, perfect pace on the volley. Right, this point I think is the best bit of play so far. Rhea with a lovely deep volley to my backhand, pushing me to the back of the court. I then play the lob and a perfect bandeja slash vibra to kill the point. The bandeja was good, but the setup volley was perfect before. I think in this match play overall, if I had to do it again, I would want them to play with even more freedom, really go for their shots. It's easy for me to say that, but basically what I'm looking for is for them to implement what they have learned in their training. The match finished, so I gave them some advice. I think for you, the volley, I can see it's a little bit tentative because you're thinking I don't want to miss, but then that does make it worse. It's like a vicious cycle, and it's hard because we've all been there as well. Like, go for it. You almost got to get the misses almost out of your system by just hitting them, and if it flies back last from net, that'll be better than just kind of half hitting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like commit to it.
Yeah.
Especially in like tournaments, I'm very tentative.
Yeah.
When it's just fun gameplay, I like really go for it. That's why I said my volleys were strong.
Well, in training, her volleys are really good.
Yeah. For you on your bandejas, you actually hit them really nice. I can see that you train them. I think the main thing we're saying, sometimes you take them too high, they come up a little bit too much. I wanted them to have a go at really going for the two key shots they highlighted, the forehand volley and then Rhea with the bandeja. So we did a little bonus training where they could practice the volleys and bandeja. It was really successful and the shots were a lot better. The hard part is, of course, now implementing that into the game. Now time to up the levels. Me and Stan now facing off against Rosie Quirk and Victoria Nicholas. Rosie is an incredibly talented young player who is winning LTA grade tournaments in the UK, and Victoria is part of the ladies GB squad. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Rosie and I've been playing for a year and a bit. My favourite shot is my bandeja, cross court.
Your proudest moment on the paddle court be?
Would probably be yesterday because that was our second grade 2 win.
So I'm Victoria Nicholas. I am ranked 172 in the world and GB number 5.
Proudest moment on the paddle court?
Ooh, probably representing Great Britain in the European Championships.
If you could describe your play style in one word, what would it be?
Aggressive.
So me and Vic versus Rosie and Stan. My commentary for this game is going to be a lot more about my gameplay, my tactics and my thoughts, as this was the game I could go all out in, try and play my best and try and get the win over Stan and Rosie. I was on the right side, cross court to Stan, with Vic playing aggressive on the left. Wow, Stan started this game so well, super fast, intense, and he was executing his shots very well. Incredibly satisfying backhand winner just then. Another thing he was doing really well was pushing the net aggressively from the Chiquita. So the pattern would go Vic serve, Stan Chiquita, and then he would smack it at me when I was a little bit off guard. However, as Vic warmed up, she got better and stronger. I loved her aggressive style, and that suits me perfectly on the right. I need someone on that left side who will be aggressive, and then I can focus on setting the point up. We were all having some brilliant competitive rallies, and everyone was playing well on the court. Stan, once again, in this point, shows his class. We needed to fight back. I needed to step up and show Vic that she could rely on me on the right side to put away easy balls. What the hell was I thinking? I knew it was going to go over the net. Also, I love Vic's supportive reaction on this as well. So, after this slow start from me and fast start from Stan, we found ourselves 3-1 down in the first set. I knew I had to lock in and do the simple things right to try and grow into this game. Vic was so strong on that left side. I loved the way she played her volleys and overheads. It put us in such a strong position at the net and gave me opportunities to step in close as well. Slowly but surely the confidence was starting to come back, and I was not hesitating on any easy ball to try and kill. We just got some crazy momentum and completely flipped the first set on its head. Vic's aggressive style was putting us in good positions, and then I would just play the simple shots right. So we finished set 1 and we decided to go again in set 2 because the first set was so close, same teams. And let me talk you through the general strategy me and Vic were using. One simple advantage we did have was height over Stan and Rosie, being a little bit smaller compared to us, so we often would play the lob centrally and find we could push into the net that way. I felt that created more space in front of them as well, as they would then stand a little bit further back, and then I could also use the Chiquita. I've been abusing the Chiquita so much on the right side. We still had to be careful with the lobs though, because Rosie and Stan both had excellent vibras. Now, I apologise in advance to Stan, but I couldn't help but include this clip. I think Vic's aggressive play rubbed off on me as well, because we got a lot of points through a simple serve and fast volley combination. And then the final tactics that worked well was me closing the middle angle and stepping in close. I need to do this way more on the forehand side. We won the second set, which means I won me and Stan's mini competition throughout the day 2-1, which I'll be honest, I've actually made up as I'm editing this video. Stan didn't know anything about this. Anyway, now it's time for me and Stan to face off against Vic and Rosie. This was the game I was most excited about. Me and Stan back together and we could go all out and see how we perform. I really wanted to focus on playing more aggressive and, like I said, closing that net a lot more, something that had let us down in previous tournaments before. And And one area where I believe that me and Stan have improved is in our defensive game. If you watch my last video, I showed my training with Coach Dan Troy, and he does a lot of defensive work with us. And this point shows that patience of just getting every ball back and focusing less on trying to win the point. Eventually, Vic just goes for a little bit too much on the vibra. So we started strong together. It was a tiny bit unfair as Vic had to play on her unnatural side on the right, as she always plays on the left. And our mistake in these points is giving Rosie this slightly easier balls to her forehand volley, which is one of her best shots. Mistake from me here, I need to go down the middle again, or I have to get the angle perfect. I can't give Vic that easy forehand volley. Lovely aggressive play here from Stan, good variety on the overheads, making it hard for Rosie to defend and read it, and then he can apply a lot of pressure with the volley, step in close and finish it off. Every point was really close. I think me and Stan just had that little bit more consistency as the rallies went on for longer and longer. So this was match point here at 5-3 to me and Stan on Stan's serve. Stan with the vibra, I step in close covering that middle, and then as the ball goes up for the fast, flat smash down the middle, securing the win for me and Stan. What a game and what a day. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, and thanks to all the ladies that took part.